Starting soon.
Go ahead and hit it whenever you want. No, they hit the starting soon. You hit it as soon as I said. I wasn't even have my phone open yet.
You can hear your rambling.
Yeah, I hear us not talking to our mics. What? Somebody's
Huh?
gotta say something so I can
Starting
check the fucking
soon.
audio. It picked it up, but I don't know if it sounds good. That's what this. Am I the only one? Okay, we're good.
Just adds to the aesthetic of Jarrell more.
I guess we're live. Ah, shit. Give me a second.
Did we have an off
There we
week
go.
or something?
I wish. Welcome back to another Album Book Club podcast. This week we're joined by special guest Jarrell.
I have to make my own ending.
Yeah, so this week we are reviewing Portrait of the West by Lorne Greene. It originally came out in 1966, and Lorne Greene does a lot of these like Western style cowboy albums, especially with the time period having been like the John Wayne era of glamorized glitz cowboys that everyone loved. I think this album definitely showcased it. I say we just hop right into our top 3 tracks, Jarrell, if you want to kick us off.
Do I give the rating too at the end?
No, so you just list your top 3.
All right. So my top 3, I'm a Gun. I really like that one. Also really like Virginia Town, and then The Search.
My top 3 are Virginia Town, Nelly Cole, and let's see, what is the last one? Looks like Dig, 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 Dig.
4 digs?
It is 4 digs.
I only have 3.
And there's a parenthetical title.
I did know that, but I only have 3 digs written down. Either way, my top 3 is I'm a Gun, Geronimo, and The Search.
My top 3 are I'm a Gun, Geronimo, and The Place Where I Worship. We'll now move into our bottom song.
You want me to go first again?
Yeah.
First time.
So, where did I write it? I got pages on here. Mule Train is my last one. Mule Train, yeah.
Valid. Oh, sorry. I just like I don't know why I just did not register. Mine's Geronimo. Sorry.
I understand.
Mine is Mule Train.
Mine is also Mule Train.
Wow.
Real quick, I forgot to turn Jarrell.
Jarrell Cam.
Cam.
Jarrell Cam. Because I'm just that gorgeous, baby.
Dang.
Woo!
There we go. Definitely. Yep. What do you need? What are you testing?
Like not loud enough, but it is loud enough.
That doesn't make any sense.
It was like picking up too much,
It's
but not picking up you, just picking up everything else.
The loud train.
Yeah, do you have your set to vocal or flat? We're gonna fix this audio issue.
Go ahead. Somebody else give a review of
Yeah, cool. So
Search.
let's start with the first song, Jarrell, if you want to introduce it.
All right. So this is the first song, The Search, which was part of my top 3. I have it all written down here, but basically with Lorne Greene, I kind of compared him to like listening to your grandpa's stories. And I feel like this is one of the stories that like is something your grandpa wouldn't say, because most of grandpa's stories are to like teach and stuff like that, but with this one it's a very abrupt but very like serious ending, but it's also the ending that I feel like is most likely to happen. Like you train your whole life for something and then most likely or not you fail. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So
It's a pretty pessimistic outlook.
um
I see what you're saying though. I mean, like it makes sense.
like
Damn.
what?
I wish.
That's my brother right there.
Hell yeah.
Yep, that's Jacob. But one thing I also wanted to say is about the first song is I love the build up. So like the
Yeah.
build up, he's telling the story and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you've heard the song and you've heard it repeatedly, the build up still keeps getting good. Like as in like he has such a word for he has like such a talent for visualizing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's expressive imagery is just like crazy. And plus I love like all the added vocals and stuff like that. Like the whole album, like starting with the first song, like setting an amazing tone for the album. Like the whole tone of the album is like an energy that you can't like break away from, you know? Like you know exactly what you're in for from the first song.
Yeah. Honestly, I agree with most what you said. I really like the strings on this, especially just like the little bits that they add in, the backup vocals, like it kind of tracks throughout the album and some of the things that I also wrote about on later songs.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like the storytelling with this because I feel like it's the story is kind of like a teaching device.
Yeah.
Very much so. It's told like a folk tale.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool, especially like when put into song. But yeah, I mean the energy with this, kind of like you said, just it carries. You know exactly what you're in for. It's like I turn on a cowboy album. Okay.
Yeah.
We forgot our number ratings.
Oh yes.
7.
Gave us one a 7.9 out of 10.
Gave this one a 7.5.
I gave this one a 7 out of 10.
That's hilarious. How do we all think 7?
I guess I'll go.
Sorry, I'm fixing your mic.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, I thought again with all the storytelling elements of this one, I thought was the best part, and I wrote down that this was a great way to start the album, but after actually listening to the album and seeing how it ends, I take that back. I think this should be the last track of this album.
I
And I'll-
wholeheartedly
What?
disagree.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a pretty profound take, but
Why do you say that though? Like I want to hear why.
Mainly because if you laid it all out like not really a story, like a continuous story, but almost an anthology, the ending of this song would be an ending to like a collection of stories.
that does make sense. Like it does communicate a sense
Yeah.
of finality. So
Mhm.
like I get that, but at the same time, I feel like this song and like the abrupt ending and I guess the little bit of shock factor that it holds is what's supposed to sort of like give that jump to like kind of throw you into the album. You
Mhm.
know, it's like you're not.
And yeah, when I was listening to it like the first time through and didn't know what was coming, I completely agree with that. But knowing what is later on and how it's
Yeah.
structured, I'll say it straight up, the flow of this album did not get a good score from me. But
No, that's fair.
But
I agree with
it's
that.
because it could have been. I think it could be structured in a way where the flow's good,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I don't think it is
Mhm.
right now as it stands.
I think in the album, like just talking about the flow really quick, is like there's a couple songs that like run perfectly together, and then there's a song that will throw it off
I agree.
off
Yeah.
the rails real quick. So
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought it was actually a great intro. But that's because this is, in my eyes, after just listening through it all, it was a very thematic album. It was supposed to, every song kind of had this part in this little western town. At least I think was the idea. And this sets that up. It kind of sets this is the narrator of the story, because this is not a like true song album. It is a like spoken word album.
Mhm.
yeah.
And yeah, I think it's just pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a quick scan. I do have the one I think should have been first, so we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
I
All right. We'll go ahead and move on to track 2 then.
Which is 4 digs, dig. I gave this one a 6 out of 10.
I actually gave this one an 8 out of 10.
I gave this one a 6.5 out of 10.
I gave this one a 6.5 out of 10.
Damn.
So what's funny about this song is actually I love this song. I play this one a lot all the time, but I like actually how simple it is. I think it kind of works with the simplicity, like with the theme of the album, that that surviving is simple. Because you listen to him, you're like, he's trying to dig to live, like he's trying to find water, and I really like that. It's a simple song talking about a simple subject, which is survival. It's living. And one of my favorite lyrics in it was he's talking about how he found gold.
Yeah.
Like he found gold, but he's like, I'd rather get rid of it for something wet and cold. And it's crazy how that, like, the survival can change most people's perspective, because like during that time, gold was the big thing, but he'd rather live. So yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I guess I didn't look into it quite as deeply when I was listening to it. Which, forgive me. But my first impression from this song, I guess from the reiteration of the dig, it kind of sounded like a like one of the songs you hear in like a claymation movie, or like an animated movie where like the main character gets caught in their hijinks and they get sentenced to just mining.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. It's like, you like,
So you're just picturing that scene from fucking Robots?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of what the movie was earlier. I mean, I know it's not claymation, but it's an animated movie nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what I was thinking of, was that scene from Robots.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I like the little bass walks that are in it, and I think the mallet percussion was unexpected, but it kind of added some flavor to some spots in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that guitar tone's classic for the era, so gotta love it.
Also, the two key changes in this towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was cool, and I think this song overall is good. But I didn't get the full story out of it, and I did write that down. But there clearly was something. I do think this one flow wise is placed good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You feel the hustle,
the
the desperation.
I think even if I were to rework it completely, which I didn't, but I could,
Mhm.
this would still be around this spot in the album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this song's just all right. It's there. It's a song, and it's solid. I don't particularly love or hate anything other than I hate how kind of repetitive it is.
Well, also
Dig.
digging's kind of repetitive.
Yeah,
Dig.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be reminded of that.
That's fair. I totally.
This is my drip, drip, drip. All right.
You gonna fall off a ladder?
Fucking hope so.
Man, I wrote so much for the next one.
All right, let's
Well, I
move
got at
on
least some
to
of that.
the third track.
It's funny because I wrote almost nothing.
My turn.
Yeah.
Oh, for the next song.
For Old Cyclone.
Yep, Old Cyclone. I put that at a 4, even though I wrote a whole bunch about it.
Oh my god!
I put it at a 4.
Shit, I gave it a 7.4 out of 10.
Gave this one a 6 out of 10.
I gave this one a 7 out of 10.
Just wanna
You
start-
hating, bro?
I want to start off with, I think this is our lowest guest score on their own album.
No, for real.
I like the song. Like, I love listening to it. Like, it's again one of those songs. But I have so much written down here. I'm trying to simplify it. So, what I thought was most interesting about them, because I was trying to think about it, because if y'all listened at the end, he tried to kill the horse. Like near the end, he tried to kill the horse because it kept bucking him off, and he wanted to be known as a badass. And I thought that was very interesting, because in cowboy culture, especially, horses are really important, and like they try to give mutual respect and also let them know who's the man. But this cowboy in particular in the story only really cares about his fame. But what I think is interesting at the end is that when he goes to kill the horse, he changes his mind and lets it free. And I thought that was interesting, because this song seems to like kind of show the moral character like that was kind of hidden within him. And I feel like you could see a lot of his voice inside of his head, like trying to prove that you know the right thing to do, like deep down inside of you, even though like you as a person, you were corrupted into thinking that you have to be the boss and show everything. I feel like you could really see the voice in his head at the end of the song being like, you know what to do, let him leave. Because he says it himself. He's like, whether it's love or hate, why did I hesitate? You know, he talks about letting him go, even though he was there to kill him. So I feel like, shows that little voice in him.
Yeah. Sorry. No,
Yeah.
I was locked in listening to that. This was not like a thumbs up emoji song, but it's kind of like quasi, like in that same area. I didn't really have much to say about the song. It was, again, like a very Western sounding song, a great story. But of course that follows throughout the album. Some of the stories I don't think are quite as great, but this was a good one. But just a good old Western song, you know?
Yeah. I agree with that. And I think a song like this, not this one, because I have it written that this one is, but I wrote the other one later. If I was going to do a reorder, something like this would be the first track to get like the full feel of what this could be, and then switch it up later to something like The Surge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I just.
So kind of like starts off like really high, kind of light.
Yeah.
Because Cyclone does sound very light, but with
Mhm.
a serious undertone. And then as it goes, it kind of gets more serious,
Yeah.
as into like I'm a gun, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I could see that. Yeah,
I do think I'm a Gun is placed pretty good. But yeah, something like this. There's another one later that I think fits it better, but I
Mhm.
did write that this one should be 1st
Mhm.
before I got there.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I definitely went a totally opposite direction and said that this could be like a fucking like cowboy type hero, like the Lone Rangers theme song, you know?
Yeah.
Like it has that kind of oomph to it, and then you start to actually listen to the lyrics, and yeah, it's kind of dark as fuck. But in this background, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like
Riding
raw,
horses.
it's like rawhide and shit.
Like I'm a badass. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's like the character he wanted to. That's how he wanted to portray the character, because the character was that confident, that gun ho,
Mhm.
and I feel like he did a really good job of saying that. But gun ho, yeah.
I know, it's just a crazy expression. Like I just never thought it makes sense. It's very applicable, but like I just didn't expect it.
Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Threw me off guard.
All right, next song.
So, Twilight on the Trail, 5. For this one, I didn't have much to say.
What was your rating?
5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah.
All right. We'll just go through the ratings
Yeah.
then. No, 7.8.
I also gave it a 5.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
So this one's pretty simple. But I said it's dreamy, sleepy, feeling the cold night sky on your skin. You can really, his imagery again is just like, it's simple but full of life, like many things in the West. Just a joy to listen to. I could see myself smoking a cigar, sitting outside late at night, just kind of really appreciating what you're looking at. And I feel like that's how I feel. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm curious because like you would really smoke a cigar, like enjoy it and appreciate a cigar to a song you rated a 5.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy. I'm sorry.
I don't think 5, like how I think of like my rating 5, is it's not a bad song at all. But I feel like when I think of like listening to a lot of music, I think of like something I can listen to at any time and like instantly get hooked. But with Twilight on the Trail, I feel like I'd have to be in specific moods.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in a goddamn elevator, because this is just old West elevator music.
Yeah, pretty much. But like I said, his imagery is really good though. Like it's a special talent to make you feel like you actually are somewhere and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'd smoke a cigar. Smoke a cigar to this.
Yeah. The piano slows the song down quite a bit. This was the song I did not like the placement of on this album. I think
Yeah.
it should have been much later. I mean, there are a couple songs that like bring down the pace, and then like the last song's pretty like not soft, but like a little bit more somber. But I did like the simplicity of his song because I feel like it gave everything else just a little bit more room to breathe. So like the piano, of course the vocals, the guitar, the rest of the instrumentals, they just had a little bit more room in your ear. And the song just didn't seem as like crowded. And not to say it's like a complaint I have of like other songs on this album. Actually, yes, there is. But nonetheless.
Yeah, this one, my biggest issue is placement. This makes no sense being here. It's a complete 180, coming off of
Real.
a complete 180 that we already just had. And it
360.
kind of sounds like a Christmas song. And we've discussed me and Steven's opinions of Christmas songs in the past. So that's going to
Indeed.
bring it down a little bit for me as well.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't look into your shit. There we go. Yeah, it's just a song. I didn't particularly love it. Didn't particularly hate it. But yeah, it was elevator music. And I like that. I fucks with elevator music. It goes hard.
Oh yeah.
It's usually just like a bossa nova. What's not to love?
Bossa Nova.
That's what it's called.
This is not Bossa Nova, dude.
No, but that's what elevator music typically is. This is like the background of it. If you take the vocals out of this, you can't tell me you wouldn't hear this on like a call center wait line
Probably.
or like a goddamn elevator, maybe even hotel lobby
Hotel lobby, yeah. Okay.
or like a bank lobby.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the bank.
What?
Shout out to the banks for having sweet tunes. You ever go into a bank and just start dancing?
No, I don't go inside of the bank. I don't have any money.
Every time I've been in a bank, there's no music playing.
Really?
I don't think I've ever heard.
Yeah,
music
man,
playing.
it's like there's natural light coming in because it's daytime, but it's still somehow dark as shit in there.
Yep.
It looks like an old like colonial era building in like the Northeast where like it's built to not let any light in and just be depressing as shit. That's the bank, bro. That's what it is to me. But at least you get a lollipop at the end. That's pretty sick.
Lollipop.
Yeah, but you got the fucking lollipops at the counter, or like the mints, or the
mints, yeah.
the lifesavers or some shit like that.
Ooh,
Like it's
lifesavers.
nice, you know. It's a little bit a little bit of sweetness to take off the bitter of withdrawing money from the bank.
You know why they call them lifesavers?
Because there's a hole in the center so you can't choke on it.
All right. Next song? Yes.
I think so. As long as we're done here.
I guess so. Yeah, that song was pretty simple. I liked it. Next song is Geronimo.
Geronimo.
Geronimo. I gave this a 6.
It's funny because this is my bottom rated song, and I gave it a 6.5.
Crazy. I gave it a 7.5.
I gave this one an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, you so it's funny. I wrote down the first word that comes to the song is murder. Like that's the song or the word I relate to this. He does really well with it's just a simply terrifying story telling of the evil that all men are capable of. Even after the ruthless slaughtering, after the death of Geronimo, and like after the death of Geronimo, the families and peers are always going to be reminded of the night that happened. You know, like he says that at the end, like every time the snow falls, every time it's night, you know, they're remembered of Geronimo. The air speaks Geronimo, and so like even after the death of Geronimo, he still lurks. But what I do, I love the pacing of this album. Like I love the vocals and the it makes you very alert and on edge. You're like, oh crap, Geronimo's coming. He's about to get you. So I like that song. Good pacing.
You said the pacing on this album.
Or did I?
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
I mean,
I was
gonna
just sitting
No,
over
I'm
here
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, song makes sense. Yeah.
I misspoke. Song. I love the pacing of the song. Yeah. My bad.
I don't really have much to say about this song. I don't really enjoy the Cowboys and Indians fantasy. Just not my shtick. Not really into it. So I didn't really like this song because most of the song's substance, songs' substance on this album is just like the storytelling.
Mhm.
And if you don't like the story, then you're not gonna like the fucking song.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I sat with this. I mean, like, it's not a bad song by any means. It's just not my cup of tea. So it still gets a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought this one was like the country western song of all time, and goes hard.
Goes.
It's another story that it does the story well, and I think this one should go in the same area as The Search. These two should be close on the placement of the album.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would these two would definitely be closer to the end, in my opinion, or at
That
least
makes sense,
maybe
yeah.
throw Geronimo in the middle to break it up, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I could.
But-
yeah.
I placement's weird. This song I feel like could definitely go on like a road trip playlist and fit
Yeah.
in pretty nice. So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I do like the Cowboys versus Indians thing. I grew up on that. I mean, the Indian in the cupboard, rawhide, fucking, I mean, shit. Every Thanksgiving, you go over like Grandpa's house, fucking Western on the damn
Yes.
TV. Liz
Bonanza.
L.
Well, Lorne Greene was in Bonanza, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
that's the yeah.
Like the rifleman and all that shit.
Yeah.
One thing, I'm actually not a huge fan of the Cowboys versus Indians. That partake into it. But I really do. There's this book I read. This song reminds me of that book. It's like 50 Stories of the West and stuff. It's just true stories that happened in the West.
Yeah.
And with the whites' brutality, like the Native Americans also showed how brutal they could be and stubborn, hard-headed, or whatever you want to say it. But that's kind of what I think of when I think of Geronimo. It was like the Native American who didn't want to back down. He wanted to show how fierce he was. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. He was a war chief.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're good to go to track number 6.
Mule Train. God, I hate this song. 2. I gave it a 2.
Bro, shitting on it. Oh my god.
This is bad.
My god. You gave it a
2.
Gave it a 2?
2.
I don't think I've ever given a song a 2.
2.
Like the entire time I've been on the podcast. I don't think. I mean, damn. You really hated the song that much?
I didn't hate it. It was just unenjoyable, and I'd rather listen to nothing than it. But I didn't hate it.
It sounds pretty damn close. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather listen to nothing than listen to the song. But I don't hate it. Okay. Like, damn, bro. I gave it a 6.8.
Wow. Wow.
I know, right? Maybe I am a little too nice.
Yeah, I think you're being too generous.
You know, sorry. Go ahead.
I think 2's justified.
Okay. You tell.
Trash. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
it?
No, I'm kidding.
I know you got a mountain of notes in there, bro. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually wrote a little bit. So, basically why it is so low is I simply just don't like it. Feels too crowded. Talk about like a too crowded song, especially when he starts stuff off at the beginning. Like, yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
bro,
that
I
shit
can.
was cheesy, bro.
Yeah, cheesy. I didn't like it. He didn't. His storytelling wasn't that cool. The only thing I did like about it, I probably would have rated a 1 if I didn't actually put this, but I kind of like the comparison of mules and trains, like the actual comparison
That
of
makes
like
sense.
the
Yeah.
mules with the train.
Keep saying it.
I think of it as like them both are always working, always moving, and people are always depending on their rival and depending on their reliability.
Yeah.
And so I do actually like that.
Yeah, dude. The sounds were pissing me off when I was listening
Yeah.
to this, because like I guess it was supposed to try and make it a little bit more immersive for the listener. It's like, oh, like, I'm actually there. We're on the horse. Clippity clop clop clop.
Yeah.
You know, like No, man, it took me out of it. I was like, I can't take this song serious.
Exactly. You can't take it serious.
I really should not have given this a 6.8. Oh my god. I mean, I can't change it now, but like, fuck. I guess this deserved a much lower rating. But the thing is, I really did like the backup vocals in this song. They ate. I really enjoyed their performance. And like, it seems like they had a whole choir to record for this album, because you do get a lot of like that really low like sub bass, and then you'll get some of the more like altos, but it sounded like a mostly male choir, and then there were like a couple of female backup singers as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I couldn't quite pick it out entirely. Just I couldn't get past the yeah clippity clop clop clop.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
man, get the fuck out of here.
Goofy goober.
Yeah, we had more technical difficulties, so we didn't get to do the scores the right way. But I gave this one a 4 out of 10. This song is goofy as shit.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. And not that any of the songs on this, in my opinion, are placed where they're supposed to be. Putting this one between Geronimo and I'm a Gun
Yeah.
That's
is
insane.
fucking crazy.
Wild.
I want to know who did the ordering for this album.
for real.
I hope it wasn't him.
I bet
Like,
it was
it-
just fucking recorded in order.
That's
Yeah.
probably
And that is
true.
probably what happened. But no, I give this a 6 out of 10. This was not the right move, especially because if you're kind of going with the story of like this is a Western town, this one truly just doesn't fucking fit in there. Like it's just kind of like out of left field. Just this is definitely a fucking filler song. Could have put an interlude here and I'd have been happier.
Damn, an interlude.
I would argue that this would make the shirt if we were still doing the idea.
That is true. All right, now we're on to the next track though.
Oh. I am a gun. 9.2.
Actually, I'm a gun.
You know what? I'm gonna leave.
All right,
Well,
guys, did you listen to the backup album?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. 9.2.
9.2.
That's what I gave it.
I gave it a 7.5.
8 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
All right. So I put, even though the song is about the feelings of like a gun, like that's the perspective of a literal gun. I like to think many men relate to the lyrics actually. So I wrote down ones that I personally really agreed with, or at least like felt most connected to, I guess. So I put, till the day that man destroys me, I'm a gun. So with that one, I was kind of thinking like I'm gonna be as active as I can be until the day that somebody stops me or something in my way stops me. And kind of like a gun, I feel like I can be impulsive and stuff like that. So I related to that, like kind of man of action type stuff. The next one I really thought about was to man I'm only a slave. So I kind of think of the workforce when it goes into that, as in like I'm only made here to make other people paper. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And then also I said I really like knows what it means to be held in a hand and pointed and shot to kill. So I feel like that is like other people giving you their influences, and then you feel kind of forced to go through that. So like, you know, I'm putting to other people's hands and forced to do what they tell me to. And then last one, I hope that they bury me deep, so deep that I'll never be found. Kind of the feeling of I wish I was forever isolated. I wish that I was forever forgotten about and never seen again sometimes. But yeah, I really relate to those lyrics. And also I feel like the song simply just says that this is an unwell being. Like people who relate to this are unwell beings who feel like they have no control over their actions. And I feel like sometimes that as a man you can feel that way of like I have no control over my actions, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like, in a sense, that it's also describing the perspective of a soldier, because soldiers are ordered to kill. They
Mhm.
don't.
Or a
want
bounty
control.
hunter.
But bounty hunters have a little bit more agency for that, like who,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But especially with the lines of like, "Until man destroys me, I'm a gun." It
Yeah.
like it just
Yeah.
feels. That's kind of what it feels like to
Soldiery.
me.
Yeah.
But it feels like a very introspective look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like what I'm doing. Actually, like I abhor it. I hate it. But I have no choice but to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh wow. And I feel like that kind of encapsulates a lot of the emotions that were very contemporary for the time, because this was, let's see, like, yeah, this was mid late 60s. This was probably like almost 10 years after Korea, right before Vietnam. So there were still very fresh memories that people had of like those things. And so that's kind of how it strikes me.
Yeah.
But aside from the message, just speaking from like a purely musical standpoint, I did like the atmosphere the song kind of set. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that little riff that they played in the intro was kind of jazzy, but it set this like sort of sense of mystery around the song,
Yeah.
or like suspense, and I think that's conveyed really well in the story.
It did feel jazzy, that song.
Yeah.
Like, "Ba-da-da-dum." Yeah, I like that.
Again, that's copyright claim.
Bar for bar.
This is the song of the album, in my opinion. I think it is the quite quintessential song for this album. It would be the first track, presumably on side 2 of the vinyl, and yeah,
Yeah, song of the album. Yeah.
Completely agree. There's nothing else I can add to the story that has not already been said by that couch, but this song goes hard. And if it's not already, I looked a little bit for this, but I didn't look hard enough to actually find anything. If it's not in a movie, like a Western movie, it needs to be.
Yeah.
Fair.
I just had a question too with the song. Like, I don't know if y'all listen to the lyrics all that much, but like, do y'all kind of get what I was saying with like?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like as like a person, like this song is you sometimes feel like an unwell-being of like put into a position that you can't get out of, and you have to do, So I was just wondering if y'all felt the same too. Like, honestly. All right. Should I start the next song?
Yeah,
Yep,
we'll
next
go.
song.
Sir.
Okay. So Gunslinger's Prayer. Give it 4.
I actually gave this one a 7.
Give this one a 5.5.
Man, I gave this one a 7.5.
I actually really like this song.
Bro, you was capping over. Shut the fuck up.
I do actually.
This song's a 4. I really like this song.
I do. So
It says I love this song.
No,
He
that's a
gave this-
different. That's
he
I'm a
gave
gun.
Steven's
Oh.
ratings from
That's I'm a
Dropkick
gun
fucking
under.
Murphys.
So-
They swapped.
Yeah. Or no, he's doing it backwards.
Real.
He has your scores from that episode.
So with this one the gunslinger in particular, the guy that's eavesdropping, and then the gunslinger himself. Even though he is talking to God, which I guess, or the Christian God, which most people like go to when they talk about their problems and stuff, but I put it as like related to me. Like, it sounds like he's talking to his best friend. Like, man, I got myself into something and I've done some bad stuff, and like, man, I'm tired. Like, I wanna stop. I mean, he feels aged and tired and not happy with his life. But I understand the feeling of like, especially if you feel like you're towards the end, like, and you just want release, you just want rest, and I really get what the gunslinger's saying of just always being broken down and being tired and feeling aged, especially if like, you just get up in the morning and you can't tell yourself like, man, I can't do it again. I can't simply, in this guy's case, take another life. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but when you said best friend, I couldn't help but think of the Yellow Wolf song, especially because in that song he's also talking about God.
Yeah.
Crazy connection. Not
That
at
is
all
crazy.
similar songs.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
But-
plug the EP review.
Oh yes. Do go watch the EP review of Slumdon Bridge by Yellow Wolf. Carson and I are hosting on that. Oh yeah. Ed Sheeran's on that shit too. So it's pretty crazy. Check
One
it
of
out.
2 British people that Connor knows.
What?
Connor only knows of 2 British people.
Logan's headcanon is that I only know 2 British people.
It's not even headcanon. It's true. He admitted it one night.
I may have
How
admitted
well
it one
acquainted are you with Sir Elton John?
Elton
Never
John
heard
is
of him.
ours. We claimed Elton John. Elton John's American in my eyes. I listen to this album, I can make that decision.
Real. I feel like no, listening to his album does give you like American points. Like if we had like a social credit system, like the US, we would definitely have like get social credit points. for listening
Man,
to
I
this
am
shit.
rich right now. Then I am.
Nah, bro, you be rolling in it.
I'm rolling in it, bro.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really solid follow-up song.
Yeah.
to I'm a Gun. I don't think I would have ever changed that placement. Just a really, really good, solid song. That's nothing is bad, nothing's great. You know,
I'm gonna roll with that last thing you just said. This was almost the thumbs up emoji for me. It was very close. It's not a bad song.
Wonky songs.
Exactly what he said. It was not great. Nothing bad about it though. It was
Yeah.
just kind of there. But
Yeah.
it does follow I'm a Gun pretty good.
Also, I also wrote down here. I was pondering. I feel like it's worth pondering. How strangers will know intimate stuff about, you as a person, and that you don't even know that they know it. Like, I think that idea is interesting of like how strangers could know something very intimate about you, and you don't even know that they know it. Depending whatever that is, but like the stranger in the story who was walked in on this gunslinger's prayer. I think it's very interesting that like an idea of that somebody you don't even realize was there in such an intimate moment could know what's happened and stuff and know the story. So definitely interesting to think about. I wonder what strangers might know about us, what interesting intimate things they might know and how they would know it and stuff like that.
man, I don't need to know who's seen my butthole. All right?
Been there, done that, brother. Anyways.
That made the Monday real.
You're goddamn right.
Thank you, Bug Moment.
Hell yes.
That also made the Monday real. All right, let's go on to our next song.
Nelly Cole, right?
Hell yeah.
Good 5.
What? Yeah, I gave a song an 8.3.
6 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10.
I'm the lowest. Wow.
Hoorah.
Which is funny because I have a whole lot written about the song.
There is a trend with guest hosts we have. There's at least one song where they rate it lower than all of us.
That's happened like a few times, but it's because Jarrell will go, yeah, this is a 4 out of 10. This is my favorite song in the world. My first child was born to this song.
Child?
Yeah, he's on like number 7.
So I wasn't the biggest of it sonically. Like I didn't love how it sounded that much, especially compared to like I Am a Gun in The Search. Like I really love the vibe that they created. But
This motherfucker like Merriam-Webster.
but
Sonically?
Motherfucker's out.
but the story is
So
hilarious.
eloquently spoken.
The story is hilarious. Very funny story if you read through it. And I really like the lyric. Look at me, I'm ugly as mud. This face can't be for real. I thought that was hysterical, bro. Had me geeking in my car. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I also had that the story was funny on this one, but I really did not have much else to say other than that. It's a
Yeah.
fun song. I probably would have put it towards the middle in my rearrange that I'm now doing, I guess. But
Yeah.
this would probably be a good like midpoint of the album song. It's pretty decent where it is. I don't have any problems with where it is.
Mm-hmm.
If the things after it didn't piss me off.
Yeah, This was also like a 180 from the last song.
Yeah.
This was the opposite side of the spectrum, and that's why it got so low for me because it was
Yeah.
just fucking through me.
You're like, what am I
Yeah.
listening?
But at the same time, it's like, it's a cute love story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy's very self-deprecating.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. But it's just about him finding his lady. He's loved this lady all his life.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna get this fucking lady because I love this woman. And he does. It's a beautiful little love story. They have a nice little wedding, and they have a nice little honeymoon. They end up happily ever after. I love that.
I think it's hilarious that this little Western tale picks on Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Like at the end of it, he's like Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, no, it's about Nelly.
See, this is where I thought the album fell apart with the concept of like a little Western town because everything else fit, and then there's like
Yeah.
2 more songs that throw it off, but the rest all fit it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just feel like they were kind of add-ons. Like this is a song I want to play.
Nelly.
Talking about Nelly Cole.
All right, let's go to the next song.
So Home on the Range. I gave it a 3.
Hey, isn't this that movie?
There's a Home on the Range. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Drill, you are aware that these are not ranked like one highest, right?
Yeah, I know.
You're about to shit on this song?
3.
That's fair.
I actually gave this a 7.8.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
I can go first because it's quick. I had it somewhere else and I had to switch it to this one. I got nothing.
I got a pretty decent follow-up. This is just a fucking Christmas song.
Yep.
And it makes no sense with the rest of the goddamn album. Lyrics or not, this is a Christmas song.
Yep. That's my big problem because I really Gene Autry does this song. He's a other cowboy artist, and I love his version. It doesn't sound Christmassy at all. It sounds very beautiful, very like comfortable, and like feeling like you're in the right place type thing. And then this, I feel like when Lorne Greene does it, he made it very like somber. Like it sounded like he was trying to go for relaxing, but he just made it boring. Like he just made it boring,
Wait.
and I did not like it.
I think that deserves an oh shit. My bad. Oh shit.
We finally got one on camera.
Oh shit!
It took us fucking a month.
Damn.
I thought you were gonna switch off too, just for the gag.
I should have.
Oh, shit.
Here we go again.
But no, I mean this song does do good to bring down the pace of the album, especially as it is approaching the end. I do agree that it does kind of throw off the whole vibe quite a bit. Just musically, there were a couple things that I really liked. I like the choir on this album; they did really good. But they're like the song ends on a pretty interesting like dissonance, and I thought that was a nice touch. But other than that, yeah, like the vibes are kind of off with this one.
Yeah. Move on to our next track.
Virginia Town, right?
Yep.
So I could not choose in between 8 or 9, so I gave it an 8.5.
I also gave this an 8.5.
I give this one a 6.5.
I gave this one a 6 out of 10, and I'll start this one off.
Alright.
Hi.
This is the one that I would have started the album with. I think its placement is not great towards the end, but I think it has the vibe to start the album off, and then maybe throw the other one I said could start the album.
And you
as,
were
like, track 3.
beefing with the order on this
I
album.
am. I was.
Yeah,
I was
you hate
not-
it, bro.
First off, the first song should be the last song, and the third to last song should be the first one. Type shit.
I stand by it. This is the lowest flow I've ever given on this in this podcast.
No flow.
All right.
Unflowable.
This is definitely one where I bet there's a million options for how this works, but the one they chose is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit shuffle, and I bet it works out better.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Because
I
you
agree.
can definitely start this on a high note and end it on a high note with how the story
Yeah,
unfolds.
it would
Mhm.
kind of go like a U-turn almost. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah, but instead this is like a clusterfuck.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Low
they
key.
hit shuffle.
Yeah.
Just went with whatever the first thing hit.
We hit and shuffle in the stew. Alright,
You're
there's the
probably
order.
what is? Tell me if I'm wrong, but Logan said it earlier of that it sounds like they probably just recorded it in order and then
Mhm.
that's just
Yeah.
how they placed it. Which is probably you're probably right.
Like he just wrote shit and then was like, let's do this. That's what happened.
yeah.
Yeah, it's down.
Giz gonna giz
Rails
going
cam is shit cam, so.
again. I'm surprised we're talking about this album this long. I thought this would go a lot quicker.
Man, it's because you wrote a fucking book. What the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? You a fat yapper too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am. This motherfucker wrote a book.
bro's yipping right now. Yip yip.
He's the yip to your yap.
the yapper,
God.
bro.
I'm a certified yapper.
We're
Don't
gonna,
get me wrong.
bro. We're gonna,
This is different.
bro. We're gonna get back on that fucking coleslaw shit if you keep acting like
Man,
that.
don't
even
mention
bring it up. Don't even bring it
coleslaw.
up. Don't even bring it up.
How long? We have like just not hardly talked about this song. I feel like.
I said my piece. Wait, no, I didn't.
I was gonna say, you ain't said shit.
No. This song, I think there were a couple songs where it got a little carried away with the storytelling on this album, and put that in front of the musicality. And there's a couple places where the storytelling was kind of lacking, and the musicality better. And this song, I think, started to get a better mesh of the two. The lyrics and the music work well together. But other than that, I don't have much. I mean, it's got a catchy hook.
Mhm.
It's a good song. It's Western.
Yeah.
Fits the album. Somewhat.
Yeah, again with this one, like I didn't write down any particular lyrics, but like with this one, like the imagery was crazy. Talking about like the whispers in the wind, and like I said, just the talent, the raw talent of fucking, the raw talent of imagery.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I feel like I could sit down and try and write something even remotely close about like describing an image or what might be going on, and I would do not nearly as half as good as he could. Just feels like an old ghostly town that has so much history and stories within itself. I love the vocals. I love those in it. The deep ass vocals. You know what I'm saying?
That's gotta go on the roof.
I don't want your sweet nothings, honey.
For real. I'm like, if I can
I'm getting rizzed
what are you
up
trying to
over
say,
here.
Dro?
Trying to say you look you right now.
Stop doing that. I have the headphones on.
Sorry,
Got
Logan.
the ick.
I'm just trying to get in your pants.
Girlfriends
honestly.
hate this one.
How the
Oh,
fuck
shit.
did you peek the microphone?
Oh shit.
Here we go again.
Wait, that's the joke is dead.
Yeah, just simply fun and ghostly. Say what I'd say about it.
Ooh.
Ooh, Scooby Doo type beat.
I know exactly what song just popped into Steven's head. I'll show you later. God damn!
Sorry.
You laugh like a goddamn atomic bomb.
Oh god.
Hey, at least you know it's genuine.
How are we ending the Monday reel?
Sloppenheimer. In theaters now.
Sloppenheimer. What?
I hear a new reel that needs to go together.
Alright.
Acid at work.
What about this last song, Dro?
Yeah.
So song 12, The Place Where I Worship.
That one.
You know, I guess I can't change it. 7.5.
Give this one a 7.
I give this one a 5.5.
I gave this one a 7.5.
Hey, me and Logan.
Your money, I'm not your funny.
I actually didn't have much to say, because I feel like the song is very plain spoken, very straightforward of kind of the vibe, the energy, whatever you want to call it. So I'll write down what I said. I said feels and describes heaven on earth. Peace and rest is all that is there. And it's almost sad to experience it because it doesn't last forever.
Yeah, I feel like this was a good song to end the album off on, just because it was like slower paced. It did kind of sound like a church hymn, which makes sense with the subject matter of a song, but it's a song.
It was a song.
The song is the quote I'm gonna run with because I had nothing for this one. I had jack shit to write down for this song.
What? Nothing?
I do agree. It's a song, but I think it's a solid one at that. This is
Fair.
definitely one that if you were like, I'm gonna put on the album, I'd be like, yeah, put on the last track.
Yeah.
Mostly because I want the album to be over, but also because it's a good solid song.
Yeah.
I like that. So like he obviously sings throughout the whole album, but like he does more singing, like kind of showing off like his vocal abilities of being flamboyant almost, I guess. Really showing kind of what he can do. So
A little fruity.
yeah, a little fruity. Yeah, just like all of us in here, but that's all right.
All
I guess
right,
that's it.
A little crazy.
let's talk
Speak for
about
yourself.
the flow.
Hey, bro, there was no flow. I mean,
Would you give it out of 10?
3.
I gave it a 7.
Bro, you're goddamn right. 3 out of 10.
Yeah, brother.
Let's go for trips. 3.
Hey.
I gave it a 7 just because, like, I guess I'm just going off based off the merit of, like, the songs fit the same style. So it's like the flow is already, I guess, decent in that regard, but then it's like I know some of us don't get
Do they
points.
fit the same style, or do they?
They're
fit
all
the same-
Western. It's all like it's all shit that I would expect to hear if I was wearing like a cowboy hat and some, like ranch clothes, man.
Yeah, but that's the same as if I like.
Hell yeah! What?
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Here we go again.
This had like Christmas music, elevator music, church hymns, and fucking country cowboy.
You know what's
They just had a twang behind it.
You know what's funny is that even though I said the words God dang, he's so beautiful. Even though I said the exact words
What?
even, don't trip on the
I'm
chords.
gonna tear an ACL
Shut us
doing
down.
this shit.
Um
Howdy, partner.
oh my goodness.
How are we starting the Monday?
Steven,
Crap,
can
what
you
was I
just,
saying?
Steven, can you just look at the camera real quick and say, "Howdy, partner"?
Howdy, partner.
There we go.
Dutch.
God damn!
Dutch. You've always got a plan, Dutch.
There's always a goddamn line, Dutch.
Why did I think to bring my cowboy hat for this episode?
Adjust the audio all you want. It won't fix.
It will, bro.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying.
You sound fine when you speak, and then you fucking. I'm convinced you put the entire mic in your goddamn mouth to laugh.
deep throating that shit low key.
Partner.
But yeah, all I wrote for this,
For the flow or?
for the flow, yeah, I literally just wrote, "This is fucking bad."
Oh shit.
Partner.
Thank you, Bug Moment.
We've been talking about it the whole time. Any shuffle of this album could
Yeah,
probably be a better order than this. I think the songs are written in a style that fits in like a lot of orders it could be, but not this one.
Yeah,
this one is not it.
This is the Nightmare Blunt
For
rotation.
real.
Yeah. Oh god. like
That's crazy.
like I feel like how do I say this? I feel like if most albums like if it had this type of flow, a lot of people would hate it. You know what I'm saying? Bad flow. Like it wasn't it wasn't what size pussy you wear. You know?
What?
It wasn't that type of flow at all, bro. It was more like
Wait, what the fuck is that?
You can't just.
Circle back. What size pussy do you wear?
hey, that's Steven. He's talking
What? Shut up! No, that's not me.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about, but it
Oh my gosh. First of all, What the fuck is happening? You two look like you're about to go fucking haul beer across Texarkana to get paid in the Trans Am.
right.
You're goddamn right. If you want to do
A
that right now,
long way
you
to
don't know
go.
what you're doing.
Talking about
No time to get paid.
detachable vaginas. And Connor and I are over here.
Thinking about how bad the flow of this album is.
Let's
apologize
go on
for
to
asking,
music
Colin.
overall before we
What size
divulge the
pussy
fucking-
do you wear?
You look like an extra small.
What?
Jesus
Glad I
Christ.
wasn't on the camera. I would have recorded that. My reviews probably.
All right, music overall.
Are we doing a like
Number first, then discussion like that.
Okay.
Actually, no, this one we do just straight up, right?
Yeah, but we also usually.
I thought we did album art first.
Yeah, well, you're right. We do album art first. I have my notes written wrong. Fuck you guys.
So we do.
Album art. Album art.
We rate the art
Oh.
of the album.
Okay.
Album art.
Walmart.
Album art.
Walmart.
Walmart. I like it.
Walmart.
It's cool.
Yep.
Number out of 10?
8.
7.
7.
6.
5.
Damn, you guys are close.
I knew.
Nah, this album art's unsettling as fuck. If I saw this on the goddamn shelf at the record store, I'd probably shit myself
No,
if I was
fan and
on...
shit like that, low key, kind of creepy. No, that does make sense. I get that,
You're kind of creepy,
man. Fuck you,
The
Like,
hat
bro.
doesn't make it any better.
man. Fuck you.
Dude, you don't even know what I'm talking about wearing that goofy mustache of yours, you know what I'm saying?
Jarrell, depending on which way you turn in the camera, you can't see your beard.
Shut up. You ain't wrong.
Oh, you can still kind of see it.
Has everyone said their piece? I feel like two people haven't spoken.
This album art is good for what it is. If we're going the Logan method, I'm not buying it, but I don't really like country that much, and that's what I would assume this is. I wouldn't think Western music or like cowboy music, but for what it is, pretty good album art.
Yeah, I mean, it also just fits the title, Portrait of the West. And then it's a portrait of him
True.
in the West. Funny. Ga, ga, ga.
See, you say that it's him in the West. This is really him in like 1960s New York.
Oh. Maybe I need to
You
look.
got a long way to go.
Maybe I need
It's
to
just a portrait of him chilling in like a corduroy jacket with a green...
Nah, he is big
shirt.
bowling though.
Logan,
He's
he
cheesing, too.
He is the West.
Oh, he is the West.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is a portrait of him, so he is the West.
He
yeah.
is Mr. West.
New York is the
Mr.
West if you go
West.
really far one way. Oh my God.
Yep.
This is the original Kanye.
Bars. He did,
Unfortunately, a bar.
he did have bars, though. Throughout the whole album.
Yeah, prison bars. Because we're in the West. Now it's music overall time.
So, are music overall, as in
The
like,
entire
Just like
album.
the album
Okay.
as a whole.
okay,
Out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 9.9.
God damn! First of all, you got a 3, you got a 4, and you say a 9?
You had a 2.
I did have a 2.
Do you know how to count?
1.
How many
2.
fingers and toes you got?
At least
His
2.
rating is all his scores added, not the average of
Oh God! Oh God!
I don't know whose peace pipe you hit before walking in here, but your
No
shit
one's.
ain't mathing.
I get drug tested on the regular, brother. All right.
You
What's
gonna
your
talk
numbers?
about it?
What's your number?
No, this one we just
talk
talk about after
Oh.
your number.
I gave this one a 7.7 overall. Although I think I should have rated it much lower.
Give this one a 6.5. I eyeballed the average. Pretty close.
I gave this one a 6.5 because I recognize this was not a genre for me. But also, I think there was a lot of faults with the album itself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Definitely faults with the. I think why I give it so high. Besides Home on the Range, I feel like every song that was on there, it had its own vibe, it had its own flow, it had its own great thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like even though like I didn't like Mule Train, it was like one of my least favorite ones, but it had its place, and the place that I feel like it tried to fulfill it, it did it. Most of the time, besides like Home on the Range, like I said, that was garbage. But yeah, I mean, good album.
Certainly an album, damn it.
You're goddamn right.
Gotta add some diversity on here, you know.
This is definitely a dated album, I will say.
Yeah.
This is very much
It's a relic.
it is a product of the time period of the three things in the West were gold, guns, and God, and that's all we knew. And it shines.
Yeah,
This is a John Wayne movie on record.
yeah.
Yeah.
It because I'm really into books too. Like I really appreciate like I said, like I've said it about 1,000 times, but his imagery is just on point. Like, yeah, really impressive. Yeah. I don't know if y'all usually do this, but I had a recommendation song. That wasn't on the album, but I almost picked another album just because this song was on there. Called Devil Cat by Lorne Greene. Really good song. I know it wasn't part of the album, but
Would you rate it?
Side quest rating. Black Market Challenge.
honestly, that one like 9.5.
God damn!
That's gotta be a killer fucking song.
How does
dude.
this motherfucker not understand the rating system and then whip out a 9.5 on a song we haven't even heard? I swear to God, I'm gonna listen to that shit. It's gonna be the worst thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
Absolute trash.
It's good, bub. It's good. Really good.
Call me fucking Bub.
Bub.
What do I look like?
Wolverine, apparently.
I don't know. You look like Bub to me. You know, going Creek, Long Green. You know what I'm saying? You know, big up soon. You know what I'm saying? Brian
know what you're
Green,
saying.
you know, yeah.
All right there, Cletus T. Judd. You chill out over there.
Boom Howard. Yeah. Uh huh.
That there is a naval flag. This man had to impress the farm animals, trying to get lucky after this. Does anyone else got anything else?
I have. You go ahead.
No, you go
You're
ahead.
good.
You go ahead.
I
kiss.
just had some
Bitch.
facts about Lorne Greene as a person, but that can wait.
Make like a groundhog in.
All right, so I got
Go
8.
for it.
I got 8. So he was on Bonanza, but he was also on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, space western.
Yep. He's in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. He was.
Canada is not fucking real. It's a myth made up by the Mexican government so we don't have Super America.
Anyways, so you're gonna love this next one then. So he was part of the Canadian Army in World War II. He was in World War II.
Dude, prove it. Where are the pictures of Canada? Those are all photoshopped.
Anything you look up on Google is gonna be photoshopped.
It's all Photoshop.
It's AI. They're getting good.
Drake is photoshopped.
He was a.
Ryan Reynolds photoshopped. Sorry.
There you go. He was a newscaster as well.
Oh my God, he's Ron Burgundy, dude. Do you see his mustache? Does he have a mustache?
I've
Look at the. We gotta look at the album cover.
he
Lorne
doesn't have a
Greene?
mustache in the.
No, he's clean cut.
Ah!
He probably could grow some facial hair. All the guys who are clean shaven all their life could grow hell of a beard. He played as a sailor in the. He played as a sailor before he was a cowboy. I think it's called Sailor Fortune or Fortune or something like that. So one of the houses that was on Bonanza, he built it. It's called the Henderson 2 house. That's the name of it. He built it. He also had the honorary Doctor of Laws degree.
Damn.
And his mom called him, I might pronounce this wrong, Cham or something like that. Cham, however you say that. S-H-A-I-M.
S-H?
Yeah,
What was it?
S-H-I-M. Well, shut up.
Because if it was a C,
Shame.
No, but it's the H. C-H-A-I-M.
Yeah.
I am.
Damn, y'all are fucking yapping about a whole lot of nothing over there.
Gotta go. He was raised by Jewish parents.
Yes, it's probably
Chaim. Chaim.
Chaim.
Chaim.
Probably. Or it's probably,
So, yeah.
about a Chaim.
Interesting facts there. You're welcome.
Sick. Steven, you had one more thing, I think, maybe?
You're goddamn right. After listening to this album, I'm ready to saddle up my stallion, get hit into the pastures.
That's how we're opening the one day.
We mount up. We ride it dog. We ride it dog.
That's how you
Other
end
than that, I never want to listen to this album again. Not in full. But like other albums, yeah. But
Other albums by him? Is
yeah,
what you want?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm.
Or you just meant like all other albums?
All- No, I didn't hate this album by any means.
I thought you were making a crazy transition into the outro.
Yeah, that would have been a
Other
crazy.
That's what I was.
I want to
thinking,
listen
but-
to.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Other albums such as
I still piss in Pampers.
God. I.
Give me a second. I gotta
Uh,
figure it out.
While he's trying to figure out the actual title of next week's album, I can. Oh God, he wrote it small.
No fucking way you can read that. There it is.
Hold on, you gotta wear the cowboy hat for this.
You do go.
Yeah.
I'll wear it over the headphones.
Hell yeah.
Gangster.
Hell yeah, brother. So next week we will be joined by our very lovely guest, Max. I don't know. I'm not gonna say his last name. It's on his.
Max from Harmless
Instagram.
Habit.
Yeah, exactly. Our buddy from Harmless Habit, Max, is going to be joining us next week,
Dude,
so we can
Fox.
check out Animosity by Seven Dust.
Hell yeah.
8:30-ish, as always. Huge thanks to Jarrell for coming on tonight. Really
Hey,
appreciated it.
Thank you. So much fun. I had a great time. I know it's very different than like the rest of your. I don't know what you'd call it, the rest of your ones, but I feel like the rest of your podcast.
Rest of your shit.
Man, just shit on every album we've listened to.
No.
Sucks.
I just meant that it's different, but I appreciate y'all actually taking interest and actually taking the time to, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
All righty. We'll see y'all next week.
Cheers.